guys, welcome to The Rotation, your unofficial home for Call of Duty Challengers coverage. We're here after the first day of Elite Stage 1 qualifiers in both EU and NA, and we have some stories for you that are coming out of these first qualifiers. We've got some shock results over in NA with some big hitters being knocked down to the lower bracket, having to go through tomorrow's lower bracket run to be able to qualify for the Elite, and we've got some GAs being broken in EU as well, alongside some old faces coming back to frag. So we'll start with this, which is the GA issue that has happened in EU this evening, and it's going to be in the map 4 of Grandmasters versus Bobs playing for qualification. Bobs need to win this map to win the series, and Linz, who I believe is the opponent that Gabe Aroma is facing here in this channel that you can see on screen, I'll show you a bit closer in a second. Linz plays up on the rock overlooking P1 on hydroelectric, which is impossible to see from the other side. I went into a custom lobby not long after the series and just to make sure that it is impossible to see, and it really is, and that is the reason that spot has been G8.
One shot top.
Yeah, he's top on me. Top there.
Nice, good kill. I'm about to come.
One is top down. Nice, one is top down.
Let's guy in time. I'm about to kill him.
Top mountain. He's doing the fucking spot, the beg. Laying down top. Nice.
So this one kill here on Gabe Aroma. Do I call him Gabe or Aroma? Who knows? This one kill on Aroma here, it helps Bobs get the P1 to P2 rotation whilst they're up by about 30 points in the map, and it really just changes the whole shape of the map in their favour. And as you can imagine, Aroma was not very happy with the situation. Breaking a GA, if people have agreed to a GA, breaking it is obviously an issue, and if that is what Bobs have done here, then it's not the most ethical thing. Obviously there's no repercussions because it is not technically an illegal thing to do, but it is still annoying if you're the player being GA broken against, if that wording makes sense. It's the first time I'm doing this. Take it easy. But if you look at Gabe, does carry on to say that he is going to be breaking every GA tomorrow in the lower bracket run for the rest of his Grandmasters rosters. Run through that lower bracket. It's him, PT, Resi, and Kids as well. That is that roster, and PT absolutely fried in day one of the EU Elite, dropping 40 on one map in the first series that Grandmasters played. Abu had a little retort for Gabe as well, saying that he won 3-1 for the qualification match versus PT, but people are so weird. You can see in the replies there that Gabe wasn't having any of it, and Abu just reaffirming that regardless of the situation, it probably wouldn't have changed anything, and that might be the case. Bob's very, very good team, especially on the hard points. They are absolutely electric when it comes to being able to out-fry, especially with players like Cobra on that team. They are just so quick, so aggressive, and so accurate with their shots that they just become so overwhelming to play against. Bobs, they did end up qualifying for the Elite Stage 1 in EU, one of 8, I was going to say 4, but it's 8, one of 8 teams to have qualified out of EU on day 1 of the Elite qualifiers. 8 teams also went through an NA, including some shock results, especially in the winners round 2 of the NA qualifier, including Rocket Academy and LAG Academy, both yet to qualify for the Elite Stage 1, which is a huge shock, as you can imagine, because both of those teams were in the top 3 teams in the LAN event in Rally. Rocket placing 3rd there, and LAG going on to win it. Obviously, it's a bit of a change for LAG now that they have a completely new roster with Noisy, Spar, and Neptune all coming in to join DiamondCon. But you'd still expect a team with that kind of league caliber to be able to play through challenges and get wins under their belts. But clearly, they haven't had enough reps, and they've been bounced down to the lower bracket to play tomorrow or today if you're watching this later on. Rocket Academy lost their qualification match in map 5 to Smog Alpha, a LATAM team featuring some of the most licked gameplay that has ever been displayed. There's this clip here of Snoopy just rushing around the hotel.
Tienes pinch, man?
There's 2 medallions. There's 2 medallions.
Two medallions.
Connector, one shot. Go to screen open, ando. Mana full pinchar no, creo.
Bottom bed, creo. O top bed.
Uno mid,
Top bed muerto.
No, mira,
Puede ver.
¿Dónde, dónde?
En lobby. Los dos en mid, creo. Uno se fue en lobby.
Va a baiter, Aguanta, aguanta.
They were 5-0 up. They nearly let Rocker come back. It was 5-4 at one point. But Smog Alpha were able to come away with the win.
Yo tengo patio, güey.
Escucho creo que Freezer. No.
Great form from Snoopy. Eyes on. Great form, in fact.
They're not the only people to be making their first appearance in a Call of Duty Elite, though. With Boston Breach Academy are also going to be featured in Elite Stage 1, which is also Doug Censor Martin's first Call of Duty Elite, which is a bit of a shock, really, with Doug being in challenges for the last few years, but he is now being featured in the Elite alongside Beans, Kremp and Shawnee. You can hear Ben's commentary over that clip that I've just shown you there, but as you can see, Beans, Censor, Shawnee and Kremp all making it through to Elite Stage 1 after taking down two of their opponents in the winners bracket, managing to not lose a series. They beat John Exotic and Co to qualify and not have to worry about playing tomorrow. They can just rest up and wait to play the Cup this weekend. That's another interesting thing just to mention whilst we're here, is that this weekend's Cup, the teams who made the Elite can play in this weekend's Cup, and they will be earning points and prizing as normal. It is the following weekend's Cup, Cup number 4, which is in between the 2 weeks of Elite play, that the teams that are in the Elite cannot play, and they will not be earning any points or prizing for that, because they will be taking part in the Elite matches. They will be playing 11 matches over the course of 2 weeks, which is obviously a lot of action for these players to be playing. If we have a look at the teams that have qualified already, you can see on your screen there, the 8 highlighted in green are the 8 rosters that have already qualified for Stage 1 of the Call of Duty Challengers Elites. The top seeding Rocker Academy, obviously, as we've already mentioned, have been knocked down to the lower bracket to start their loser bracket run tomorrow, as have LAG Academy and current Challengers World Champions Ironblood Gaming. Obviously, with a much changed roster from last year, seeing as all of their roster got picked up, other than Mohawk, who has qualified alongside some players who many may be unfamiliar with. Estriel, who played with Electrify Steel at the Rally Open, and then Purging and Squirt, a couple of S&D boys who are making their move into the Challenger scene. Another one of the shocks there. Fame didn't seem to really enjoy being back online after being knocked out of the winners bracket in the Elite Qualifiers, saying back to online we go again tomorrow, which Rocker Academy will have to do. Obviously, Fame back online after being one of the better players online in Rally. It's obviously going to be a very tough task for any player to have to adjust repeatedly, like Challengers players have to do, but the best players do, and obviously the cream rises to the top, as Rocker Academy did in Rally, and we'll be hoping to do again tomorrow to snatch one of those last 4 places for NA in the Challengers Elite. Now, if we look at the EU side of things, obviously the top 4 seeds all safely through to Elite Stage 1. Awoba Bobs elevate Cody Gakpo, which I have my issues with. I have my issues with that team name. Harry Gizmo, F. and Furious all managed to get through easily. Team Notorious as well, Eric Boom, Weeman, Maple, Metals. So they've been forced into a change as well after the Rally incident where they had to have Haggy Parasite fill in for them, but they've managed to get through no problem. La Nave del Mysterio, which has caused massive issues all week in the EU Challenger scene, with Raincourt, who was blacklisted following the Cold War season, having been supposedly found guilty of hacking and cheating and assisting others to cheat during the season. But he managed to make through to the Elite with Sukri, Super and Yako. They beat Rafi, Dave, Henry and D-Frag in their qualifying match after beating Kez, Scotty Thurman and Higgy in the round before. The Falcons, the Saudi Arabian team alongside Pac, they've also managed to make it through to the Elite alongside Clutch Rain, which is Isaac, Fibrone, Twiz and Yazza. And then nervous but confident Chaxton Mythics Nile Detain, who managed to get a lower seed than probably that team really garners, because that team has a lot more quality than a 12th seed really does show. So if you look forward to the loser round 2 matchups from EU, which will be starting at 7 p.m. EU, well, UK, tomorrow evening, or this evening, depending on when you're watching this. That is 2 p.m. EST. I imagine some of these matches are going to be streamed on Clutch. Follow us. I may as well throw the plug in now. Follow the Twitter @_the_rotation for all of the updates on where to find any of these matches. But Blade Vital, Ryan X Gray, and Hunter will be taking on Nixa. The winner of that will play the winner of Brand New Day versus Kez's Kingdom for qualification. So one of those 4 teams there will qualify. RJ Halley, which is Ku, Trawdy, Jambo, Piero Cod, and Ross J, and they're playing against Ben, Kyle, Harry, and Theo. And the winner of that will play against Superstars or Vitalize EU Academy. Again, the winner of that little mini bracket there will go through to the Elite and join the other 8 teams that have already qualified. We also have Dark Side, which is another one of the French teams, which is D3, Deppa, Yumeko, and Zyro, and they're playing against Moo. Milo, why do you do this to me? That's Sketchy, Mulberry Milo, PJ, and Vision. And the winner of that will take on the winner of Incentive Arise, which is Fuzzy, Joker, Dizzy TT, and Keza, playing against Bomba, which is Ali Season, Chunk, Jackson, and Frim J. And then the last but not least matchups for EU, we also have RDHD, Rafi, Dave, Henry, Defrag, against La La Land, which is Nee, Jules, Quindo, and Abstract. And then Grandmasters, Aroma, PT, Resi, and Kids, and then Swaggy, Lenzo, Shooter, and Tiny, which is going to be interesting to see how many of the GAs Gabe does eventually break, if any, because I suspect that the man may find a regain out of somewhere to not break GAs against people who didn't hurt him at the end of the day. They didn't. It wasn't their fault. Gabe, if you're listening, behave. But yeah, that's it from day 1 of the Elite Qualifiers. But yeah, that's it from day 1 of the Elite Qualifiers. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sorry about the camera quality, because I just have a really poor, like £20 webcam that I'm going off here. So please bear with that. We'll see what we can do. If you like these videos is one. If you like this video, please let me know, and I will do more of them. I will try. I'm a busy person, but I will try and get as much of these done as possible when they are applicable. But you have to let me know, because if you do not let me know, I just won't bother. Like, subscribe, tell me on Twitter. But anyway, if you have made it this far, all the way through this video, thank you very much. And let's hope that day 2 of the Elite is just as filled to the brim with drama and excitement as day 1.
Going the distance yet again between Grandmasters and their oppositions. They got the full setup on defense. They're making it happen. One last chance for Awoba Bobs. Abusa and Cobra are going to stack this zone. Second segment getting worked on. This is going to go fast. The full stack, 3 players here. Grandmasters, they need to get in sooner. This is going to be all over. Awoba Bobs, they're looking for control, and they might have it. Last segment gets collected, and Awoba Bobs, a Hail Mary in round